Okay, so continuing on from the other channel sort of preview, let's go to part 4, step 1. Create other channels according to the port assignment table. A, use the Cisco LACP, PGP. Which one is Cisco appropriate? But it can be this lost. Is this correct? Is LACP the Cisco proprietor? My head was saying PGP. Just a minute. PGP is Cisco proprietor. Why are they saying LACP? Can someone confirm if which one is Cisco proprietor, the PGP or LACP? Yeah, I'm not getting this. I don't know what's happening. In the chat, if you cannot communicate, am I audible, by the way? Someone confirm in the chat as well. Yeah, PGP. LACP is an the system. Yeah, I don't know why they're saying use the Cisco LACP protocol here. It is what it is. Right, both sides of the channel should attempt to negotiate the link protocol. So if both sides are attempting to negotiate, what that basically means is we have that is active negotiation. LACP, or does LACP use? Let me refer to my commands. Yeah. So that's the active word. If both sides of the channel are actively trying to negotiate, it means we're configuring active per channel here. Right. Other channel configurations. Number 1, disable DTP on the interfaces through final negotiator. Right. My ports is they need to be configured as my trunk. Number 2. Number 3, all the ports will need to be shut down. I think ours by default are already shut. Number 4, right, you create your ether channel group. So what is a group? Tikata sapa diagram ready for let me give another one. So if I have a switch, here we have 3 switches basically. Let's have this is layer 3. Let's have this. Let's have this. All right. So you create my groups. So we can call this a group 1. We can call this a group 2. We can call this a group 3. This is the command that you create my groups. You create a group, then you specify the mode on that specific group, right? Either active or passive, kanati ku LACP, auto or desirable, kanati ku PAGP. So that's the first thing we're going to do. Let's create my groups right here. So our groups, we have my port LDC. I think let's start with switch number 1, port 5 and 6. Ports and router is a room group. I'm a port Arapa, 5 and 6 Arapa. I hope my case you can see it. So on switch number 1, port 5 and 6. Let me use this other channel. Let me use this one. My group side open up. So group one, and end up MSW1. The creator and the my interface is gig Ethernet 101 to 2. I think I can use gig 1, 2. Right. So what I'm doing to pin up my interfaces and to double some group. So in this case, I think I will highlight the R up by R2I. My interfaces R2UI, they're going to be grouped together. Group ratio group number 1. Then you can see as well, my interfaces are on this end of the switch. They're also to be in group number 1. So this end is in group number 1. This end is in group number 1. Group number 2, I think is this one, 3 and 4, meaning this one will also be group number 2. Then group number 3, when we talk of bundling up port aggregation, we buttons our ports so that they behave as one port basically. Right, so interface range, that's where we create our group. Channel group, let me see the command. Channel group number, mode, our mode is active. Channel. And our mode is active. All right, that's how you create a port channel yedu. Ndoku buttons kwatineta ma-ports yedu. Right, then we go to a switch 1 to create the same one. Try button is switch row. So I have this one. So let me go into these interfaces. Do some group number 2. The same layer 3 switch here. So I can go to these ones. It's 103. 104 to 4. Then channel group. This is group 2 now. That's some ports in group 2. So basically, this step, it's taking my ports doing on port aggregation. Right. It's taking two my ports over my some group 1. What are two my ports over my some group 1? Meaning logically, my ports in group 1 during a logical link. Interface actually, there's a point you teach interface at a group 1 here. During a logical interface and coexist instead of two separate interfaces rappers. So when we group them to some group 1, true funnels opinda more interface at a group report channel that at a creator so that we can further have my configurations at them. For example, one of those further configurations you can see pan up according to our topology. Right. There even a one link up. Since the creator of VLANs from a switch SR, it will mean a link is trunk. But now there's a 2. How are you going to configure trunk up? Because the trunking is still being required. It doesn't mean which are trunk but this, trunk but this. You're going to bundle them up to my some group, then group will create a one link logical link. One link racho is probably link runs port channel 1. Then tochipinda link redu runs port channel 1 which are logical link. Ndio mata configure chi trunking. So trunking yedu inenge configure pa link iri after aggregation, link after aggregation. Now that makes sense. Very simple. It's probably 3 or 4 commands again. If you know the working principle, it becomes very easy to see that my commands are on now on the app. In the manga, 3 or 4. Right. So to pin the data switch, layer 3 switch. Right. That create my groups async layer 3 switch. Let's take another switch. Let's go to switch number 1. There you go. Click terminal. At switch number, this is switch number 1. Switch number 1 to open them interface 1 and 2. So put them in the range as well. Give you then interface 1 and 2. Then into my some group. That is from group 1. Channel group. So this is channel group 1. Both sides actively negotiating. Active. All right. So you can see link changed. Interface port channel 1 changed the state to up. So pata grouper my ports some group 1. The moment you touch it on both ends, you can see there is another interface that create one. Interface runs port channel 1. Even though interface channel is a trunking. So we've created pata grouper. Very simple concept, I think. Working principle. Right. 2 my interfaces, 2 my links. But I'm a grouper. The moment that grouper ASI, that create a new link. It runs port channel 1. Iri ndo link ratinoita kushandisai. Kana tichiti STPC is one logical link. Do logical link racho rinenge racreatwa. I think it's evidence from syslog message irapo. Then we move to switch number 1 pane imwe inwe. Switch number 1. So we enter 5 and 6. Group number 3. So I go to this one. 5 and 6. That was not validated. It's faster than it. What am I doing? So there is no gig Ethernet 5 and 6 there. Right. So 5 and 6. 5 and 6 channel group. Channel group 3. This is 3. What doesn't change, active. Then talking on the other switch number 3. So switch number 3 or number 2. Switch number 2, this one. Right. Number 5 and 6 as well. Yeah. Go to channel group. So 5 and 6, switch number 2. This is channel group 3. mod 2. The moment you noise on both sides, you can see we have another interface which is up again. Then kwasara one risiri up. I think number 2 ndorisiri up. Torita up ndokuenda paswitch 2. Interfaces gig ethernet 1 and 2. I think those are risiri up. Interface ethernet 1 and 2. Channel group. This is group 2. And it's still same active. Then we have port channel radio up as well. Let me see which command can we use to verify. What can we use to verify our port channels? Show Ethernet port channel summary. Display one-line information per port channel. Collect any switch ports that are not. Show interface is trunk. Let's use show interface is trunk or a port channel. Show interface is port channel. I just want to verify so interface is port channel input complete command 1. Okay, that's our port channel 1 and created. But I'm not looking for this. I want to see. Okay, this is port channel 1 which is created. Let me use another show command. The specific information I'm looking for. Show interface status. Show ether channel. Port channel. Let me see another one. Show ether channel. Port channel. What does this one show us? Channel 1. Channel 2. Port channel 3. I think this one can give us a picture of the interface port channels we have created. So basically, I was looking for a command. It's looking for a command, show command, which allows me to see all the port channels I've created. If necessary as well, the interfaces that we've bundled. I'm gonna see it here. Let me see, sure. Sure doesn't show any interfaces. Right, it can. Channel group 1. Okay. This is what I'm looking for. But we continue. So I think we have successfully created our port channels here. As you can see, our panel link is now it is active. It's not green. It's probably amber. Why? What's the reason why we don't have a green here? Question. There's 3 questions. Senzana Minduro. But we move. Right. Configuring trunking on ether channels. Right. So tapeza apata create my port channels edu. Like I said, so we've bundled up this, we've created this. This is another interface you want it. interface runs interface port channel. So let's call this one port channel 1. So this new interface is, like I said, DOM to configure trunking. That's the new interface that you configure trunking instead of the individual interfaces that now. So Panapa configure the port channel as static trunks, disable DTP negotiations on all the trunks. All right, tapinda port channel yedu. All right. Switch number 1. Random interface port channel number 1. You can see we're not opening them sub interface sub configuration mode as well. So far, that is my interface VLAN, interface fast, interface giga, interface serial, then interface port channel. Let me check what else do we have. Just for interest sake, whatever interface is set now, Ethernet interface. Okay, I think that's all. Interface right from this one, that's where we configure our trunk. That's where we configure our trunk. Then we go to another one. Dripper switch 1. Which other ports do we have? Dripper switch 1. Switch 1 record 3. Switch 1 record 1. Switch 1 record 3 and 1. You have port channel switch 1. So this is channel group 1. This is channel group 3. So for switch 1, 1 and 3. So we go here. Window into another port channel, interface port channel 3. And this switchboard mode trunk. Right. Then for this one, switch 1, we're good. To end up by another switch. This one. The first port channel, switch number 2. Switch number 2, certainly 3 and 2. So let me start with 2. Switch mode track. Then I go to the other one, 3. Right. And then the other one, this one. So here we have 1 and 2. Enable. Treatment now. Interface. Port channel 1 and 2. Can I use? No, I cannot use it. Can I use range? I wouldn't know. But I think it's worth practicing. Switchboard mode. Trunk here as well. What's the command we can use to find the good trunk? It's papi. Just a minute. Okay. Right. Where are we in Africa? Configure trunking on other channels. I think there is some. Disable the fixed negotiation. Then we have let me see. Troubleshoot any issues on the formation of ether channels. We didn't have any issues. Packet tracer requires configuration of trunking and DTP mode on both port channel interfaces and DTP mode on both port channel interfaces and the component physical interfaces. Okay. So here, DTP mode yedu ina negotiate, then trunking yedu iripo as well. I think in those that's not good. I did highlight it, span up, but however we didn't do it. You can skip that for the sake of time. So on individual interfaces, you disable DTP, then SR for internet trunk. What are we saying? Right. So configuring, before bundling up our links individually, ASI, you disable DTP, right? Then ASA alpha mesh command trunks before bundling them up. Then after this, you bundle them up. A bundle, you form a port channel, you configure trunk as well. Hope that's making sense. Here we can still do it. Kupinda my individual interfaces basically. So for example, let me do this for switch it. Individual interfaces and pinda kuti dzichwe trunk is range. Let me use range here. So interface range. I think we have 5 and 6 here. This is 5 and 6. Then we have Giga Ethernet. It should be 1 and 2 here. Giga Ethernet 1 and 2, switch 1, 5 and 6, switch 1, 1 and 2. Right, exactly. So interface range for first Ethernet 5 and 6, and Giga Ethernet 1 and 2. Then the my individual is switchboard mode trunk. Right. Then switchboard non-negotiate. Switchboards non-negotiate. Right. Another question. Switchboard non-negotiate is the command that disables the dynamic trunking protocol. Then what is the command that enables DTP? Guys who are physically available today, one of the reasons why I changed 10 minutes. One of the reasons why I changed this session is because of the physical session we did today. I realized something is missing. That's why we're doing this. So switch number 1, I think everything's sorted for now. Let's just finish everything off. Switch number 2, range. Here, some individual interfaces could trunk and disable in DTP. Switch number 2, I think it's 5 and 6 as well. 5 and 6, and 1 and 2. Okay, and give Ethernet 1, 2. So switchboard mode trunk. Why? Another question. Why my individual links to my summon trunk? Why are we disabling switchboard non-negotiate? Why are we disabling DTP? That's another question. Hmm. Here with Gig Ethernet 101 to 4. I think so. Gig Ethernet 101 to 4. One, two, three, four. I think that's good. Four switchboard mode channel. Switchboard access. Switchboards. I think every channel here is now proper. What else do we have? We troubleshoot any issues. Don't have any issues yet. Are there any issues? My issues, they could have been highlighted in my messages. My messages, okay, those ones are solved. I think there's an emoji, which allows you to understand my messages. You should be able to read these messages. My system log messages are syslog. Should be able to interpret information in the paper about what it will be. But that's not for today. Configure trunking, we are done. Then configure static trunking uplink. So switch 3 static trunk, this one. So e-reporting, we've discussed this already. I think in the router one is a trunking. Let me see. Configure the port that is connected to router 1 G00 on switch 3. Which one is switch 3? Switch 3 is this one. So it's this interface is connected to G001, not 00. Hey, we have a design list. Couple of errors are reported. So interface, which interface is this? G01, that's trunk. Go to configure the native main VLAN as the native VLAN, then disable DTP on this port. Switch back negotiate. The thing with following instructions when you are setting up, okay, we are not setting up a network, but the thing with these labs, they allow you to be very lazy, I think. Once you go step by step, that's all, that's all, that's all, that's all. For the sake of practice, wambovane kuudzwa unzi that's all. That is what I actually wanted to give you for an assignment. What do? You take this network as it is, the topology actually, go to a screenshot here, this topology, or to a screenshot here, this addressing table, or to a VLAN table, or to a either port assignments table. Watopedza. Osiya my instructions SI. Wenda unodesign network yako, uconfigure VLAN yako because wapiwa wa VLANs zvese, uconfigure ether channel yako, uconfigure everything that is necessary. Get it? It makes much more sense to do that. Because you also follow my instructions. Ndoro for create a set of instructions. So also follow so that you can be able to build up network yako work. I think that's proper learning now. So follow my instructions. When you're creating your own network, apana ma-instructions follow and you do the instructions are 4 minutes. So this link directory. Then native VLAN. Native VLAN is very critical. Yet not native VLAN. It's very critical because it allows a movement ye traffic yedu within VLANs or outside your VLANs could move zvakanaka. Let me skip this for now because in 3 minutes up. I think we're going to energy. We have one more session. Maybe I'll just build this. Didn't get a page of knock. So let me just configure the native VLAN 99. So switch ports, trunk, native VLAN 99, anything else? Nada. Right. So this part is done. The enter VLAN. Think VLAN, enter VLAN do a Sarah. We should take the whole session to part 5. 2 minutes. I think there's still time. All right, let's discuss the issue to do with native VLAN and why it is important. So there's a native VLAN on this end. It means kunongo. Kushada configure native VLAN as well. How is it configured? Upinde mu interface route or not switch port trunk native VLAN. Question, how is it configured? Native VLAN, okay, configure one side, you have to configure the other side. Otherwise, there will be a mismatch. When it can mismatch, that's a problem. Right. Minding my time. Let me do this. This is how native VLAN is important. Right. Suppose you are sending a packet over VLAN 10 kunoko. Lichenda VLAN 4 to this end. Packet iroro rinofamba sei through the network. Packet iri rikasvika panapa rinotagwa kunzi 1 VLAN 10. Parinobva paPC panapa rinenge risiri in any VLAN, but panosvika papoint rinonzi VLAN 10. Parinobuda kuenda uko. Question. Rinenge rine VLAN here kana kuti rinenge risina. Mind you, parinobuda kuenda uko rakutorautwa. Yatorouting. Let's respond to that question in our final session. Pane nyaya pamanative VLAN ipapo.